not everything is what it seems. Hey, I am Chuck the Bureaucrat, and I have a long-running fascination with the Army's clumsy rollout of the Army Combat Fitness Test. I mean, the first time I ever saw this thing demonstrated, I was a lieutenant colonel in 2017. And I'm a colonel who retired in 2023, and I never took this test for record. That is a long time for an organization to be struggling with something that looks like very simple policy. But I argue that the ACFT's bumpy rollout lies in a failure to understand why the Army even needs a physical fitness test. For me, it all starts with the name, Army Combat Fitness Test. I have this daydream of some senator asking the Army whether or not the ACFT tests that a person is fit for combat. And I imagine some Army four-star saying, yes. And then the senator asks, well, would you send somebody into combat who didn't pass the combat fitness test? And in my mind, the general has a long, uncomfortable pause. Because of course we'd send a soldier to war if they couldn't do the right number of push-ups or had the wrong form for the ball toss. We certainly did it in 2005, and you can't have a PFC saying, hey, I'm sorry, Top, I can't deploy with you to Baghdad because I can't hold a plank position. So no, the Army Combat Fitness Test does not test whether or not you should be sent into combat. But that doesn't mean that it's not useful. People who regularly watch my videos know that bureaucracy is about the distribution of resources and the system of rules that determine how that distribution happens. And that is where the ACFT really comes in. The three big resources that the fitness test has historically been used for are educational, promotional, and retention opportunities. All things being equal, the Army wants its leaders to be more fit and physically capable than their peers. And speaking as someone who joined ROTC as a scrawny pencil-neck geek, I can attest that the Army wants to instill a culture of fitness and physical toughness. I was encouraged to develop strength and endurance, and in fact, I found great satisfaction in it. And this is where the real point of the ACFT gets overlooked, even though it's so important. When you grow an Army, you take what you can get. But when you have to shrink an Army, you keep what's most important. And what's important is that image of the fit, lean, strong soldier. Because when Clausewitz said that war is politics by other means, what he left out was that a peacetime Army is also politics by other means. In war, you just have to defeat your enemy. But in peace, you have a harder task. You have to convince him that you could defeat him if you went to war. The ACFT, or really any physical fitness test, is about projecting a credible threat to our adversaries. See, the Army doesn't have an Army combat fitness test. It has an Army peacetime fitness test. And now, if you want to see something else from a totally different perspective, watch this video.